We all saw it. Senators serving as jurors this week in former President Donald Trump's impeachment trial lived through it. On January 6, at a Washington, D.C. rally, Trump used violent imagery as he recited lies about the election being stolen from him and urged supporters to go to the Capitol and fight like hell to stop Joe Biden from becoming president. So they did. They stormed the building and roamed the halls looking for members of Congress to kill to stop them from certifying the election results. 5 people died. 2 more Capitol Police officers who were there died by suicide. More than 140 police officers were injured, and the entire hours-long attack was documented on TV and social media. Despite video evidence, despite rioters saying on camera that Trump told them to carry out the attack, and despite literally everyone witnessing the nightmare scenario unfold in real time. Most Republican senators say they're not convinced Trump incited the insurrection that day. The excuses they've come up with, all of which are fueled by a fear of hurting their own political futures by criticizing Trump, range from dismissing Congress' constitutional right to hold an impeachment trial to saying everyone is to blame for the attack to saying we should probably pin this on Sen. Cory Booker, DNJ. Here's a look at Republican senators' excuses for letting Trump off the hook. This list will inevitably be updated as more excuses pile up. Senator Kevin Cramer, RN. D. Welcome to the stupidest week in the Senate, Cramer said in a Tuesday statement, calling it disgusting that Speaker Nancy Pelosi, Democrat, California, led the House's impeachment of Trump, which included the support of 10 GOP lawmakers. While Speaker Pelosi has backbenchers come before the Senate to make her case, she sent the rest of the House home instead of carrying on the actual work of the American people. Impeachment is not a process we should use flippantly, he said. As a response to her view that Donald Trump demeaned the office of the president, the House Speaker is now making a mockery of Congress and one of the most serious institutions in our country. Senator Rand Paul, RKY, the trial is of dubious merit and even more dubious constitutionality, Paul wrote in a Tuesday op-ed on Fox News website, hours before a bipartisan Senate vote to affirm the constitutionality of Trump's impeachment trial. Paul lamented that time spent on an impeachment trial prevents senators from doing other things, like confirming presidential appointments. He also equated Trump telling supporters at his rally to fight much harder against bad people, and to show strength at the Capitol because you'll never take back our country with weakness, with Sen. Cory Booker saying at a 2018 national conference on ending homelessness that activists there should please get up in the face of some congresspeople and tell them about common sense solutions to homelessness. You either go after the Democrats who incited violence or you say that political speech always inspires great passion, and the speaker is not responsible for the actions of the listener unless clearly calling for violence, Paul said. President Trump deserves the same standard as the other side. Senator Josh Hawley, RO. The Constitution doesn't allow the Senate to try Trump, Hawley claimed Monday in an interview with Missouri TV station KTBO, a day before Democratic and Republican senators voted to affirm that they do have that constitutional right. Hawley, who in January voted to overturn the presidential election based on the same lies about election fraud that fueled the insurrectionists, said Tuesday that the impeachment trial is a terrible waste of time because of the coronavirus pandemic. We're going to shut down the entire Senate for at least a week, probably 2 weeks, maybe more, to call witnesses? Hawley said to Capitol Hill reporters. Senator Ted Cruz, Republican Texas, Cruz, who in January voted to overturn the presidential election based on the same lies about election fraud that fueled the insurrectionists, said late last month that he already knew he'd vote to acquit Trump because impeachment is petty, and that it's a slippery slope to impeach Trump for inciting an insurrection because the next thing you know, all living presidents will be impeached. They hate Donald Trump, Cruz told Fox News' Sean Hannity, referring to Democrats impeaching Trump for the second time. Apparently every January we're going to be doing another impeachment. So I guess next year, I don't know, maybe it'll be the impeachment of Jimmy Carter, or the impeachment of Bill Clinton, or the impeachment of Barack Obama, because that's what we do in Januaries. Bonus, House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy, Republican California. Everybody across this country is to blame for the pro-Trump mob attacking the Capitol to thwart the presidential election results, McCarthy said in late January. Think about 4 years ago after President Trump was sworn in. What happened in the very next day? The title was Resist, with people walking in the streets, Maxine Waters saying to confront people, confront them in the restaurants. We had people, poor Steve Scalise, got shot, McCarthy said, referring to the House Republican whip being shot in 2017 by a lone gunman. McCarthy, who voted to overturn the presidential election based on the same lies about election fraud that fueled the insurrectionists, suggested everyone reflect on the things they've posted on Twitter and Facebook. What do we write on our social media? What do we say to one another? How do we disagree and still not be agreeable even when it comes to opinion? He's not a senator, but it's good to know the highest-ranking House Republican thinks the Capitol insurrection is your fault. Download calling all HuffPost superfans. Sign up for membership to become a founding member and help shape HuffPost's next chapter. Join HuffPost.